I'm here with Rohit Raju.
The Jaw Jacket and Thursday Night Impact, and his mother called him son because he shines like one. Mocha skinned manimal, Rohit Raju.
That's too many nicknames for me.
I have a lot more. The Almond Adonis, the complete package, Lats Luger. Actually, that might be the last two. Oh, no, the JC Hitman. Forgot about that one.
Why did you start wrestling?
I fell in love with wrestling when I was like 6 years old, and I never grew out of it. I always wanted to do it. I used to beat up this teddy bear when I was younger. I used to sneak up in the mezzanine at my high school, and they had a crash pad, and me and my buddies would wrestle. And then I would do backyard stuff too. But then years later, I found a place where I can go train, and I decided to try it out. And I turned out that I was pretty good at it, and I wanted to keep doing it. And I just kept doing it. This is my 12th or 13th year. I've just always loved wrestling. I've never stopped loving wrestling. I love being in that ring. It's one of my favorite things to do, one of my favorite places to be. And I'm going to do it until the wheels fall off, to be honest with you.
That sounds exactly like me, almost.
There you go, see? Hopefully you can give it a try one day. It's rough, but it's so much fun. It's so much fun.
What advice would you give a new wrestler?
It is a very hard profession. A lot of times, it's very bittersweet. Being in the ring, entertaining people is absolutely fun. The journey, the traveling, seeing people that sometimes you think aren't as good as you, get ahead of you and get further. Sometimes it's tough to see that. There's a lot of struggles, a lot of mental struggles, personal struggles. You alienate family and friends a lot because you're constantly on the road. You're probably going to miss birthdays and stuff like that. It's a very tough, unforgiving business at times, but when you finally get to where you want to be, it's fantastic. It honestly is. So, honestly, you have to be ready for a tough ride, but it's fantastic when the ups are up there. I absolutely love it.
Backwards. What is your favorite Disney movie?
The Jungle Book, the animated one, not the live action one. Well, can I count Star Wars as Disney now?
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's the original Star Wars trilogy. So that would be it.
I would have to say either Lion King or WALL-E, because you can count Pixar as Disney now.
WALL-E's really good. I love Toy Story 3, was it? Yeah, man, the ending to Toy Story 3. I love Up. Loved WALL-E. Lion King, but I think Jungle Book, I just love the songs and that as a kid. I liked Aladdin a lot, Fox and the Hound, good stuff. But yeah, those are some of my favorite Disney movies.
Who were your inspirations in pro wrestling and why?
It's hard to say. I was always a fan. Well, I guess it's easy. What made me think that I could be a pro wrestler is when WCW brought out the cruiserweights. So Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero, Dean Malenko. When I saw those guys, I was like, they're not that much taller than me. And I know I can do some of the stuff they can do. And I know I can talk. And I think I'm going to give this a try. So when I saw those guys, that's when I knew I could wrestle. As far as character-wise now, the Macho Man Randy Savage is my favorite wrestler. I feel like he is the epitome of what a professional wrestler is. He looks like a professional wrestler, acts like one, walks like one, talks like one. In the ring, he wrestles like, he brings in the audience. He can make people love him. He can make people laugh. He can make people hate him. And that's something that I love to do. You control the crowd. So cruiserweights made me want to get into professional wrestling, as in try it. But Macho Man, as of now, is who I really want to not be exactly like, but model my journey after.
Because Macho Man, Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero, all those people you talked about are all-time greats right now.
All-time, yeah, they're all-time greats, but this guy right here, yeah, the Macho Man Randy Savage, that is my favorite of all time, yeah, dig it! My favorite.
What is your favorite place in the world to wrestle?
That is tough. I've been loving wrestling here because the crowd has been a large crowd. It's very hot. Mexico City When I was down in Mexico City, they take their wrestling very serious. I loved wrestling down there. That crowd was just on fire. They were really, really fun to wrestle in front of. Logan Square Auditorium, when it's a jam-packed crowd in Chicago, that's another great place to be. So I couldn't choose just one. I've had some really good memories. And then I've just wrestled in front of like maybe 100 people sometimes at a small show. But the crowd has just been so hot. They've just been so into it. And it's just been fun. So it's really hard to pinpoint one.
You can have a crowd of 10 people and the crowd is screaming and yelling, and it would be just as fun as a crowd of 10,000 people.
Yeah, as long as they're into it, as long as they're invested, and you're doing what you have to do, it makes the job so much easier.
In your opinion, who are some of the best undiscovered talents in wrestling?
I would have to say my two tag partners in the Hustle and the Muscle, Karam and Xavier Walker. There's another guy by the name of Ren Jones. Big fan of Cody Lane. Mark Wheeler, he's out of Canada. There's a lot of other people that I'm forgetting that are really, really good. But there's a ton of people out there that people just don't pay attention to, and they should. I think on a mainstream level, I'm up there. I feel like I'm very talented in all aspects of professional wrestling, and people just don't pay attention. So there's a lot of guys. It just depends on what level you're at.
Do you have a hidden talent that nobody knows about?
I don't know. I used to be certain impressions, but people kind of know I can do impressions now of certain things. I don't know. I used to be really good at Halo, but I don't think I am anymore because I haven't played it in forever. And then I'd have to say sometimes I can be an animal whisperer, whether it's a dog or a cat. A lot of times I can get them to buddy up to me just because I love animals. So sometimes people are like, that cat's not going to come to you, and I'll, buddy up to the cat. Next thing you know, the cat's on my lap sleeping with me. So I would say maybe that's it right there. I have a good rapport with animals.
If you weren't in the pro wrestling business, what else do you think you would do?
I was always into something active. I used to do martial arts for years, so I'd still probably be doing that. Probably some cage fighting. I love bodybuilding and weightlifting, so I would probably turn my attention to probably trying to do bodybuilding competitions and put my intentions more on that. And I think that's my attention. That's what I would do. As of now, it's less pain on my body, except like when you have to cut weight and eat certain things. So maybe that'll be the next thing I do when professional wrestling is all said and done.
I would have to say once I become a wrestler, something that I would love to do other than wrestling is hockey.
Hockey? Nice. Yeah. That's awesome. I was never a big hockey guy, but man, hockey players are tough. Those guys are super tough. Yeah.
How would you describe your wrestling style?
Very intense. Very obnoxious. I like to get under people's skin, obviously, and it works. So, but no, I think it's very intense. I like to be more of a personality than do a lot of cool things in the ring. I like to do a lot of some cool things in the ring, but I want the focus to be more on me, what I'm doing, what my face looks like, how I'm reacting to things, what I'm saying, how my character is coming across, and I want people to be invested in my character and not the match itself. That way, every time I walk out, they know exactly who I am, they know exactly why they're booing me, and they know I'm probably going to be doing some underhanded tactics in the ring. So that's what I would rather them be interested in instead of just the cool stuff I can do in there.
Why are you such a jerk all of the time?
Because, I tried to be a nice guy. I work very hard, and I don't get the respect that I deserve. So I'm tired of being a nice guy. I'm tired of waiting on the respect to come to me. So now I'm going to take it. And you know what? Nobody cares if I'm eating off my plate. So why should I care if they're eating off their plate? They're not going to pay my bills. They're not going to make me popular. They're not going to cheer for my success. So why should I care what anybody else thinks? I'm going to worry about myself now. And I'm going to do whatever it takes to find a way to be successful at their expense.
Also, in a way, if you think about it, the fans are kind of paying your bills.
Kind of. I don't see him at the merch table buying my stuff. So, here and there, I kind of shoot myself in the foot by being mean, but it is what it is. But yeah, kind of, maybe, sort of, maybe not. I don't know.
That's the end. Thanks for the interview.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks for having me.